On January 4th, Migos rapper Quavo released a song dedicated to Migos rapper Takeoff, who sadly passed away on November 1st, 2022. As time continues to go on, more and more evidence is being released on how Takeoff truly passed. As DJ Akademiks even stated this during an interview speaking on Quavo's role in the entire passing of Takeoff.
Quavo says, you know what? I'm gonna walk off. He's like, yo, let's go. But I'm gonna also be honest, he says something that I think could have incited the whole thing. Not that necessarily is his fault. He says, man, let me get on it. Let me get up on out of here before I hurt somebody. And when you think about all these situations, like Quavo says that, I think that sets in motion, granted, the argument set everything in motion, but him walking away and saying that, I think someone acted on behalf of whoever he was arguing with. The guy with the either seen someone else brandish, he pulled out his, Quavo's already out the mix, so he's back there, the melee's here, Takeoff is still in the middle.
Once DJ Akademiks gave insight on Takeoff's passing with Quavo's actions at the Houston Mall, many eyewitnesses at the scene gave a very similar message about Takeoff. Not only that, but Quavo also had a speech during Takeoff's funeral that kinda gives hints towards his passing as well.
You always with me. And we did everything together. Since we was kids, you been by my side, looking up at me with them eyes. Same eyes you got as my sister. Waiting on me to make the next move, then you followed up right behind me. You always made sure I did it first, so you can do it right with me. You never competed with me. We was always on the same team because you hated playing against me because I always played too hard or too rough. And I can hear mama saying, not too rough, son. Remember our first dream was to be tag team partners in the WWE. We fell in love with WWE wrestling. We had every...
If you're a fan of Takeoff, leave a like on the video. I'm curious how many fans are watching today. Right after when the video cuts off, Quavo's message continues, as he states, Takeoff is super quiet though, quietest in the room, but paid attention to everything going on. He's always been like that. Nothing ever really bothered Take, and he didn't bother anybody. Now remember that part of the message as it relates to what a witness said to the feds. And with the help of Offset's speech at Takeoff's funeral, it wasn't long until suspects started being arrested for Takeoff's passing.
Changed the culture of music forever. You did that, Tate. You changed that flow. That flow came from Tate, the originator. The originator of that flow. It changed the music. Lord, give us the strength. Just give us the strength. The family, everybody, give us some strength. I don't want to question you, God, but I don't get it. I don't get you sometimes. And I believe in you, Father. Change the culture of music forever. You did that, Tate.
Once Offset and Quavo's speeches were then leaked online, this is where things started getting interesting in the case. As not only were the feds trying to complete the case, but millions of fans across the world, with fans doing a very good job. As it was reported by Rap TV, and I quote, just in, the Takeoff passing suspect Cameron Joshua, aka Lil Cam V, has been arrested on firearm possession, with the official paperwork added to the tweet. Not too long later, another suspect has just been arrested for the passing of Takeoff. As DJ Akademiks tweeted, police arrest man for the passing of Takeoff. His name is Patrick Clark. Sources in Texas say he's commonly known as DJ Pat, with his mugshot included. As Akademiks also tweeted, according to court documents, Patrick Clark, aka DJ Clark, applied for an emergency passport days after the passing of Takeoff, and he booked a flight to Mexico. When police arrested him, he had a large amount of cash on him. Prosecutors say that he's a flight risk for bond. Now the interesting part of this is that this was internet detectives finding out who was guilty rather than the feds. Bands. And this was all in part of Offset and Quavo's speeches going viral online, with millions wanting to help in the case. And due to this is where Quavo released his hit song Without You, a song dedicated towards Takeoff. In the song, he shares some of his best moments with Takeoff, and he makes a very beautiful song about his friendship with his brother. With everything starting to go viral online, new evidence of Takeoff's passing was truly revealed, and it all started with a group of Instagram stories piecing together a day of events for the Migos rappers. As the day started with Quavo, Takeoff, alongside a family friend named Migo Bands and a driver for their vehicle. It just so happens that Migo Bands also is a suspect in this case. When the day started on Halloween Day, Quavo, Takeoff, and Migo Bands all got together and were invited to a Halloween party hosted by J Prince Jr. This party consisted of many music reps, businessmen, and street members. With it starting to get very late at night, Quavo, Takeoff, and Migo Bands all were driving to J Prince's party. As the Halloween party starts with Quavo and Takeoff performing a few songs for the party to start before heading into an after party room to relax in. In this party room, many people were playing games of dice in exchange for cash, as well as many people relaxing and discussing business. Oddly enough, all three suspects in the passing of Takeoff all meet in this one room, with number one suspect being DJ Clark, aka Patrick Clark, as mentioned earlier. Number two suspect was Cameron Joshua, and with suspect number three being Migo Bands. With them all hanging out in this after party room, Quavo noticed something, and it was at this moment here where Quavo notices that Cam is actually even at the party. In this video screenshot, Quavo is giving suspect number two, Cameron Joshua, a very ugly look, almost as if he knew that Cam was going to be up to no good. As Cameron wore a yellow sweater this entire night, make sure you remember that, as it's very important later on. Now, after this party room was complete, Quavo, Takeoff, and Migo Bands were then seen walking through a shopping center in Houston, Texas. There was a lump sum of around 30 individuals as well walking around the mall, as these 30 individuals, including Quavo and Takeoff, were not done playing games of dice yet, as maybe the games just did not finish in the after party room. With around 30 people walking and sitting in a massive circle playing games of dice, this is where Quavo is seen standing and watching. As reports state, he was one of the individuals playing. That has been confirmed to be false. While watching people play dice, a man walks up to Quavo. This mystery man starts calling Quavo many names, and this even led to him mocking the way that he played during a celebrity basketball game just a few weeks prior. Quavo is then seen arguing back and forth with this individual, as many fans in the circle started pulling out their cell phones to record the incident, maybe seeing if they can catch some sort of brawl. On video, this is where Quavo is seen saying, "Man, I don't care about no basketball game," in a very loud voice. And with the argument beginning to escalate, this is where Cameron in the yellow sweater is seen on video surveillance from many angles, walking through the group of 30 individuals and standing right beside Quavo. With the yelling escalating even more, Migo Bands is then also seen walking through the pile of people, standing beside Quavo, trying to figure out what the argument is about. As it is rumored that Migo Bands was there to be some sort of street security in case things went down. You can tell this is Migo Bands from the t-shirt, Gucci bag, single chain, and snapback hat that he was wearing in the vehicle earlier on Instagram stories. With Migo Bands making his way through the pile of people, he stands directly across from Cameron. This is leaving then suspect number one, DJ Clark. He's also standing almost to the side, maybe 3 feet away from Quavo. While this is all going down, Takeoff is standing around 7 feet away from Quavo. He's kind of minding his own business, but also paying attention to what's going on, as mentioned during Quavo's speech. Now, the new camera footage that's used as evidence in the courtroom shows that Quavo was done with the argument. He starts to turn his back and walk away from the individual he's screaming with. When Quavo turns his back, this is where the man he's arguing with then swings towards Quavo. This is allegedly then when Migo Bands is seen pulling a firearm from out of his waistband. And with Cameron being seen pulling out his firearm, this is where Cam then pulls out his from his yellow sweater pocket. With two firearms being seen, it was a matter of time until one of them used their firearm. Some witnesses claim Migo Bands used it first, some claim that Cameron used it first. That is still yet to be confirmed. Somebody uses their firearm first, causing Patrick Clark to then pull out his firearm as well. Imagine the three suspects standing in a triangle shape. With them standing in a triangle shape and Quavo turning his back, he begins to run away. But this is also the moment that Takeoff, he steps forward to give Quavo backup. And with him stepping forward, he is now in the direct middle of the triangle. And with everyone using their firearms in that area, and with Takeoff right in the middle of them, he was sadly affected by a few strays. It was a very unfortunate event. Eyewitnesses at the scene claim that all Takeoff was trying to do was give backup to Quavo, who he saw was kind of in an argument with another man. With the sudden passing of Takeoff, this made many rappers react, starting out with Boosie, who had this to say.
R.I.P. Takeoff, bro. Shaking my head, man. Humble. That music syndicate won't show QC, all the family. We sending some prayers and love for y'all. All Takeoff family, Quavo, Offset, all y'all. That music syndicate won't, send their prayers out. His rap whack, bro. I ain't lying, bro. We targets now, bro. We used to be heroes, Everybody want us out of here, bro. R.I.P. Takeoff.
Boosie is a huge fan of Takeoff, very similar to Rich the Kid, who is practically family to the Migos brothers. As he posted on Instagram, "Today, I lost more than a brother, my twin, my best friend, everything. I don't want to believe it, I can't. The most humble person I know, we used to share clothes and shoes before we made it with no problem. I miss you already, you didn't deserve that, I can't stop crying. I love you so much, bro, forever." This then led into Master P posting this to his Instagram.
And hip hop is too young. Rest in peace to Takeoff. My condolences goes out to Takeoff family, Quavo, man, all my soldiers and soldier reps. Hip hop has turned to the new streets. We used to be in the streets trying to get into hip hop, which is crazy. When you walk out your house, tell your loved ones you love them, because you never know who might not come back. And no matter how old or young you are, it's crazy. I love y'all soldiers and salute to everybody. Let's save the next generation.
If you are a fan of Takeoff, make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'll make sure to keep you up to date with the entire court case. Anyways, it's been District Trending and I'm out. Peace.